Good morning everyone and welcome back to the two-headed world gaming channel and Laysara Summit Kingdom. On the top of Demon's Rest. An avalanche happened just before I started recording and it went down through this area. It hit these two trees right here. So it wasn't super powerful at the moment, but it made me think of one thing. I am too close here. I need to leave these areas open so that I can put down a bunch of avalanche inducers. This will be very expensive for us, but we need them here to make sure that this does not increase in power because it's going to be devastating for that area, and I'm sure it's going to be devastating for this area as well as we are moving forward. But until we get to that zone here, until we get to this zone here and we start expanding, then things will change. We will have a bit more economic power and things like that. So, have a monastery operating at a minimum of 50% efficiency. This is our next goal. We have a really strong economy going for us. And before we start supplying people with more goods and things like that, I believe it's a good idea to at least get another level of research so that we can start putting down some compact yak breeders. This is going to give us the most power going forward, and because of that, it is time to start expanding towards the left. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Now, on one hand, we could consider this a good area for making some compact yak breeders, but having more space is definitely better. I am thinking that going with the bridge up here is better than going with the bridge down there, because we can have this entire area with roads and stuff like that. In order for people to pass through this river, can we build bridges here? Yes. Can people cross this? Oh, no, we can actually build a bridge over the river. Good. So, however, if I want to build a bridge here, then the problem would be with the road. Yeah, maybe we'll stay like so. I can build a bridge like that, but I wouldn't like it. And you have to like it. If you don't like it, then... yeah, this bridge already looks a bit wonky. And I don't like it. As I said, I really feel like you need to like it in these games. Do I click the bridge? Can I delete it like this? Yes. So we'll put a down bridge like so. We'll connect it with a road. We will drag this road like this. Then we're gonna go up to the north. Let's see where we build our next bridge. Probably here, since there were some squares there where I'm thinking that we can place down a fishing hut. That's why I didn't want to ruin it. And here, we will leave this space open for copper. We will go through like so, leave a little square there for maybe another building. Leave the space open here for some of those horns, making sure that we can reduce the power of these. And now, well, in a sense, I definitely want to put the monastery somewhere in the middle, like I would be putting down a bunch of monks. I am definitely thinking that that should be the plan. I'm not planning to use walls. There's not enough space here to use walls, so I want to be very careful on how I do this. Here, I do not want to get so close that there's no more two spaces. So if I drag the road like this, then we wouldn't really be able to place anything there. So we'll drag a road like this. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because there's 8 houses plus a shrine or something in the middle of decoration. And we're gonna drag this like so. I'm thinking market like this, and thus we'll have the monastery over here. This will require all the monks from us. But let's start with the market. Let's bring a few more monks. Just like that. And then we need to make the supply chain for the monastery. We're gonna go to goods. We're gonna look at painted cedar. And then we have this raw crystal mines. Do we have what we need to? Yes, we do have card posts. I think I'm gonna make a big change. We have card posts. We need crystals. And transporting crystals or anything else all the way here, it will require multiple card posts. We don't have the ag post. And so you know what I'm thinking? I am thinking that I will be moving this academy over here. Then I will be placing down the monastery here. It's going to provide us with the enlightenment, which we need, but it's also bringing our production chain closer to this area. And that will be cheaper for us. I like that idea. I really think like that is a good idea. Let's build this mine. Let's see where we can place it. Or let's let ourselves get a bit of cash. Letting time pass like this is not always great because your snow caps will gain a bit more power, I believe. Maybe it's related to the missions, to the objectives, but somehow I doubt that. Okay, we'll drag roll like that, so if I bring this mine over here, good. We'll have it like this. So now we're producing crystals. I think we're gonna throw in a carrier post, just to be a bit more efficient. We'll drag it all like this because this leaves 4 spaces open. We will need to produce herbs, cedar, and dyes in the end. So raw crystals. 6 herbs are good enough for one of these. Requires 2 crystals. I'll do it like this. How many of these do we need? 2 dye. We produce 4 dye out of one of these. The herbalists, should we push them? This market can reach pretty far. Thus another row of houses there wouldn't be bad. And because of that, we'll drag a row like this. We'll say that we want to have herbs here, cedar here, and then we have a cedar painter, which will be placed. There will be houses there. We'll connect this area with the road. We'll have the cedar painter here. And let's see. Okay, we'll have that. We'll have the crystals here. Now we're producing 4 dyes. We definitely want to have some of these cards here. If I push this a bit further, you are still well supplied. That I can put down a carrier post here. That we can supply you with 4 dyes. Give it over here. Only 2 dyes there. We're producing 8 cedar at this height. And that fully supplies this painted cedar. And now I can move this academy all the way over here. Provide these people with enlightenment. Then we're gonna go down, place a monastery here. And send the goods over like so. And there we have it! Now we need a few more yaks. And I'm thinking that at this point, of course, we're gonna get the compact yak. But we also need a few more lowlanders. And for that, I would like to build like 2 of these. We're missing eggs. Okay, let's bring more then. And I think I'd like some extra cash as well. Thus, let's increase this. Let's build as many houses as we can support right now with the food that we are producing. So I will do it like this. We'll drag a road around. We'll bring another praying shrine. How much further can we go? Well, a few more nodes. Money balance turned negative. Why? Because we gain knowledge and they need one more need to be fulfilled. We said that we can produce Sampa and we can send the goods upwards. We can throw in a yak post, which uses only monks now. And 38, it has a high level of upkeep, or a high upkeep cost. Well, let's see, if I move these further, it will allow us. That's going to annoy me, but we're gonna go with more compacted versions because now we're also, since we're using hay here, we can make some of those compact haymakers, which in turn means that we can get some compact yak breeders. And why not? You know what? We need to do this. We have some money, but let's stabilize our economy here first. And we can easily do it with a trading post, not a trading post, one of these transporters, a yak post, and another Tsampa mill. How much are we transporting here? 12. We'll need more soon. 1, 2, 3. And we cannot fit one more there. But it should be good enough for now. There we go, transport it there and then bring it up here. They need more. Okay, so it's not enough. How do we build this further? Probably by clearing certain areas up. Or by building a few fields here. And putting down another mill. Which is a bit more upkeep, don't get me wrong. But in the end I think we will be fine. Let's see. So, if let's say I move this building. We don't need to delete it just yet. We just need to move it, right? We'll move it up here. And we shall say that we want you. It's perfectly here, right? So we'll drag this and make sure. Oh, we don't need 8, we just need 4. We're already producing now enough to this, that, and we're missing only 1 now. We can do another one of these. Drag the road there, make another compact yak feeder, that. You cannot do that because you cannot reach. Am I missing something? Or... Oh, yeah, I think I misclicked on the yak breeder. But there it is. But now we're back in business. Our economy is back up. We will have to work a bit more on it. Let's see, over here, let's give these people the praying shrines that they need. Like that. They need something else? Yes, they do. What do I want to give these people? They would like fish a lot. And they would like cheese. As far as cheese go, we're not really producing a whole lot up here. But as far as fish go, we can do this. Let's see. If I drag the road like that, and I go here and I say cart post. There it is. Let's get... I'm not gonna upgrade these houses. I don't really feel like that is the best plan. I think the best plan would be to put a few more basic houses. Just like that. Okay, now we need a bunch more artisans. So we can either consider upgrading the houses or place down a few more basic ones. To begin with, putting down decoration seems the way to go. Plus it's going to provide us with some good money. Let's go here. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted, so I'm pushing down one of these. We'll upgrade the 4 houses. There we go, another 2. That is good enough. Let's see. With all the monks inside the monastery, we finally get a moment of peace. We can appreciate how beautiful the landscape is. The air is so fresh and rivers glistening. Rivers. Do you think we could find shrimp in these waters? Is this your first time outside the city or what? Shrimps don't come from mountain streams. Alright, alright. What about fish then? I just saw one. Provide 120 citizens with fish. Yes, we can do that. At this moment, I am also thinking, what could we export? We could export some utensils. We can put down one of those trading posts. We could export some fish. And that's it. And this seems mostly like if I build a bunch of fish huts here, we can even distribute it in a way that brings a lot of value. Basically, I put a lot of fish huts here. We can even split it between 2 of these carrier posts. One would just send it all around. Or maybe we put a yak post and then we send it all around the mountain wherever we need it. But the other carrier post would send it to the export. So we can split the production up. Actually, we don't even need to. We don't need a carrier post because we can send directly the fish to the export. This one requires 12 artisans, 6 yaks, and 17 upkeep. Let's put down the fishing huts over here. There we go. We'll drag this like so. And then we're gonna go to trading post. And we're gonna say it like this. Nice. For 14 fish, we're getting 112 gold. Of course, we can multiply this one more time. So we can put one here, and one there. Let's put another one. Let's make this money while we have an opportunity to do so. And where are we going from here? Well, we need to provide citizens with a bit more fish. Who would appreciate it the most? These monks are receiving fish. We could place more houses there and thus completing that mission. These monks could be supplied, of course, with fish as well, and it would also help us with the reduction in necessities there. It wouldn't add a whole lot to the artisan houses, unfortunately. However, the people, the lowlanders, would like more fish. What I am thinking now is that we are going to do the plan that I've just said. Have another fishing hut here and another one over here. We'll drag a roll like that. And then we're gonna put down one of these yak posts. Supply it. And I will supply first of all, but we'll supply first of all the lowlanders rather than the monks, because we need a bunch of them going forward. And I would like to see if I can build one of these shafts somewhere here. Connected to this area? No. So we'll definitely have to go all around. It's going to have to be like this. I was thinking that maybe I can shorten the route just slightly, but that is not the case. Let's supply the lowlanders here. Great. We just gave them fish. They desire a lot of it. Now they need one more prosperity item, and I'm thinking that we can put down a few gardens. Then they will need textile, they will need utensils, maybe some smoked meat, some incense. I am thinking that utensils and textiles is the way to go. Right, we can increase the production over here, and we can start sending some tools down here. I would like to have some space for more of these barley fields. We can put honey on this side. We will need a few more yaks. At this point, what is the value of keeping barley fields all the way down? Not that high. Because what I'm thinking is maybe put a few of these farms here, make some hay, and then transport it to compact yak breeders. I don't see anything else that I would like to build on this side, so maybe having some of these buildings here wouldn't be bad. See, one. Have you here. And have a compact yak breeder like this. Okay. Definitely need a few more lowlanders. And it's either I start another chain here, or I go downhill. I start a chain on this side. I think that is the case. I think expanding might be the cheapest way forward. There's only one big downside. There's one thing which I am not sure of at the moment, but this is what I am thinking. Expanding is really good. This is the cheapest way. If you continuously expand to different places, different houses, and like you build new houses at level 1 and level 2, that is really, really great, right? But if you don't provide your people with goods and you don't you don't over prepare these houses, you don't over level them or over supply them, when you go to higher levels of knowledge, all of a sudden you won't have only one of these or two of these districts which might need a few extra goods. You will have this entire area, low level, wanting better goods, wanting more supplies. And I feel you shouldn't fall behind in technology or supply level. Right? Even if you don't want to upgrade these houses to level 2, you should at least try to supply them to a necessary level before you start expanding more and more. Otherwise, I think it's going to be very easy to regret certain choices. I wonder, how can we make a bit more fish? We're exporting now, we're making some money from exports. But it's not really that much. Also, you know what I haven't built for a while? I mean, I do have one of these tax collectors here, but I don't have one of these over here. I still think of them as tax collectors rather than donators. I think I can upgrade another house without worrying too much. Oh yes, this area can supply, they still have an extra surplus there for fish, so let's upgrade it. Bunch of artisans are needed. If I upgrade this, then we will need sampa. Let's try to reduce some of this need by providing them with honey. That I could also bring in a few more artisans. Will I place it here? There's not a whole lot of space for a lot of buildings. I will stay with honey here. And they actually need a lot more. This area looks perfect for one of those. Did the bathhouses disappear in one of these updates, or they're not here anymore? There were a few quick updates. Have they been put here? No. I don't see the need for baths anymore. I think they might have temporarily removed that just because if you place a bathhouse here, you definitely want to have your entire village as close to it as possible. And maybe they decided that that is not easy to do. Well, it's good we've tried it before and we've seen it, but I don't see it anymore. Or maybe it's one of those goods which are not available for this area. I have absolutely no idea, and I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. What we know is that we need honey at the moment, and that we can bring a few more fisheries here. If we don't have bathhouses, then we know we are doing only one thing, bringing in fish. Let's see. Sampa, apparently it's a very basic need. Do they not split whenever they have one of these desires with 2 points? Do they not split that between other goods? That might be the case. Let's see. If I put down a few more barley fields, or yeah, a few more barley fields here. Supply like this. This is not enough. Let's try to build a better road. Good. Okay, that will be enough. Yes. Or there's a 15 surplus. We just needed this to go higher in order for us to sell it. Not that the need is that high. Well, now we know more. At the end of the day, we have a surplus of 13. Do you need Sampa? You do, but not in a high manner, not at a high level. They have 6 surplus on fish. We can either decide to sell it, or we can decide to supply these people here. And I think to begin with, since I don't require any more monks at the moment, we're just gonna decide to sell the surplus here, just to get that extra coin. And we're gonna start building our next village, or our next center. There's another avalanche going on. Where? This one here. Okay, we'll need to place down a few trees. Let's drag a road. And we'll drag a ramp here. Then we'll want to place down 1, 2, 3. And I will put a road on them, but not yet. What I am thinking, let's not leave the best road on. What I am thinking is that we will need charcoal and we will need to start making some smoked meat. Let's drag a road down here. And let's think. How do we want to spread this? I am thinking fully residential. Fully residential. One type of good over here. Sampa, honey, whatever it needs, high fertility. And then we go with one of these cart posts. Right, a cart post to one central cart post or something like that, and we'll transport it to the market, which is here in the center, and do full residential here. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. What if I do another... I am thinking of doing an idea for a setup, which might be interesting. So would these be like 1, 2, 4 houses, 3, 4, once again 4 houses, a road, and then have a connection to the middle? Actually, it's not that superb of an idea. It's pretty much what I've done so far. I had like this feeling that there's a 5 square market and I could drag a road through the middle here to connect it to this side, but pretty much the same if I do something like this. Right? Right. Then we'll put down houses, right? This is what we've said. We're gonna do it like this, and then we're gonna do it like this. Given that there's space for one more house there, then we'll do that. We will give them a praying shrine because it seems it matters a lot to them. If I drag a road like so, does that fulfill everybody's needs? Yes, good. And then we need to bring them some sort of food. So for that, we will build a bridge through for one of these connections through here. And we will say, is it worth transporting it now? Maybe it's not worth doing this just yet, meaning making a full production center over here and then transport it up here. But it's something which we will want to move in the future. So for now, I'm just gonna put down one of these egg producers chicken farms over here. We're still missing a few people. So let's continue doing things like this. Some people have access to a praying shrine, but we'll do it like this. And now we need a few more eggs, and we can do something like that. Or maybe even try to get it here. Yeah, good enough for now. We're making good money. We'll have to wait for some good money going forward. But overall, I think we've done really well. Let's see, what's our next objective? It worked! We got a ton of delicious fresh fish. Yes, but I won't lie, the stench is pretty terrible. Shrimp doesn't smell nearly as bad. Oh, you are hopeless. Ha! I just got an idea. You know what else doesn't stink? Money. We can catch some more of these stinkers and export them. We'll make great profit. Yeah, already ahead of you with that. Well, monks have been praying in these monasteries of yours for some time now. Doesn't look like they found any answer though. Oh, you men of little faith. Search for an ancient knowledge is a complicated and elusive process. It takes a lot of time and effort. It's not as if they'll have a sudden moment of, ha, now we understand. It's much more sublime than that. Actually, I spoke with some of the monks just yesterday. Looks like they came with a way to preserve meat using salt. Ah yes, but that's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. It's relevant for our survival here and now. We only need to import salt and then we can enrich our diet with smoked meat. Great. So this is where we are at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous look at the mountain. As we are closing this episode, we have managed to expand almost on all the bigger portions of the mountain, or no, we're still one away. But we're getting closer and closer to occupying this entire mountain peak, and yeah, I think we've done well. And if you think I've done well, do consider leaving a like. Helps me, helps the channel grow. It would be much appreciated. And until tomorrow, I thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.